Good morning, goeiemorgen.
Môre.
So how is everybody? It's a bit chillier these days and a bit wetter as well. So,
We had lots and lots and lots and
jeez, we had
lots of rain.
heaps of rain. So, I know a few places had a bit of, how can I say, bit of damage. But, yep,
No, it was
it was quite hectic. I've never seen that amount of rain in New Zealand in that short a
no.
period of time.
I couldn't sleep.
Yep, I
We
think it
wasn't
was 75 millimeter in the
the hour.
hour from 12 to 1.
Yeah,
So that
no,
was
it
quite
was
hectic.
really hard.
All right.
Hard rain,
We've seen a heap of new or people arriving in New Zealand.
which is wonderful.
It's great. It's good news. We need you guys. We love you. You are a part of our economy, so welcome down here. But we have seen a few questions being asked, and I see that people are a bit fluttered when they get off the airplane, and they don't really understand what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Probably most often. So we've compiled a list. Yep, there's really a list of stuff that we think that you should think of just before you move and just after you've arrived. So
Yeah,
I still remember that night in Auckland when we arrived. We had all these heaps
I
of
think
baggage.
we must just give them the background. When we were here for our look-see decide in 2016, we did we walk to the hotel
Oh
then
yeah,
too?
yeah,
Yes.
that as well.
We walked from the airport to the hotel, but I mean, we only had two suitcases. It wasn't
Mm.
that bad. So you just put it in the airport trolley and we just walked to the hotel, which is quite a walk. It's not like
Yeah,
it's just across the
there
road.
is a bus running between the hotel
Yeah, but we didn't
but
know
but
that
only
then.
what every hour. That's
Yeah.
what I found out later. So
So when we arrived again, when we immigrated, we didn't have only two suitcases. And we
no.
were like, we can walk again.
But this time we were smart. We took a trolley.
We took a trolley,
Yeah,
but it was also raining.
yeah.
So we walked, me and Jan and
Welcome,
Zaan, with our
welcome to
luggage.
New Zealand. Get some rain.
So funny. It was in the middle of the night. It was
Yeah,
like
that was
what?
like
Almost.
1 o'clock or something in the evening. So, but
Yeah, well, we were so excited that it was
mm,
actually fun.
that's interesting. That's very interesting. So the big thing is some stuff has to happen just before arrival. One of that is open your bank account in New Zealand. It's very important. You can also open it after you've arrived, but if you need to put money over from South Africa to New Zealand, remember you won't be able to access that money. So I've got to put a warning on that. You won't be able to access your bank account until you've arrived in New Zealand
And activated it.
and activated it. You've got to appear in the bank in person, but you can open the bank account from New Zealand or from South Africa with zero dollars in there, and you could put money from South Africa into your New Zealand bank. You can either do it by your own bank, which is quite an expensive transaction, or we use a company. If everybody needs the company's name, we can just pop it over later, or pop it somewhere in a comment or so. We use a company that deals with forex directly with that, and that helps people place money over to New Zealand. So the other big thing is on the new visas, and please note I'm not an immigration advisor, so this is not immigration advice. The new visas, I think it's a CPVV visa or something like that,
No idea.
does not allow you to go or use the government medicals from arrival until you've got your workers visa. It's called something like critical purpose visitors
Oh, okay.
visa, something,
Okay.
and the visitors visa part of that
Hmm.
does not allow you to use government medical. So you do have a problem
Okay.
if anything happens to you.
Okay.
So it's either important to get travel insurance, but with travel insurance, you've got to say until how long from this date to that date. And there's no
Okay.
real, what I found speaking to some of the clients of mine that's on that CPVV, is they don't have that date that they will get their workers
Yeah,
visa.
you
It's all
don't
in the
know when
hands
it's
of
gonna happen.
immigration now.
Yes.
Or we've got a company, a health cover company this side that can help people with that type of visa. So just keep that in mind if you need anything like that. You got to do all of this basically before you come. Travel insurance before you come, or the health cover that we can supply is on arrival basically.
Okay.
So now they arrive here in
No.
New Zealand and they walk through Auckland Airport. So what now? Except being jet lag and feeling like 100 buffaloes have hit you at high speed. So That's a weird thing, jet lag, eh? You still remember jet lag?
Mm.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
but there is a trick to jet lag.
is it?
Yeah, you gotta do the New Zealand hours. But you cannot if you feel tired during the middle of the day, go and sleep.
Yeah.
Because then it's your night in South Africa or wherever else you come from,
Mm.
and you just keep on that clock. You got to change your inner clock. Hey, that's
Yeah.
nice. I got to change your inner clock. Goodness me.
Oh.
Motivational speaker, here it comes. So you got to change your inner clock to the New Zealand time, and once you've done that, that is when everything is better for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that got some that has some tips of what to do. Some people
Uh,
have got weird tips and it actually works. I don't
yeah,
know. Yeah, I just
I think
slept.
what helped for me was the fact that I slept the whole way from I think just the final stages of getting out of South Africa and so forth was just that I just slept. I slept. I slept all the way from South Africa to Australia, and I was not too bad off here. The next thing you should do is get yourself a SIM card for your telephone. Your normal South African phone that has got a removable SIM card will work here, or supposed to work here. Mine worked, hers worked. Everybody else in those phones have worked. Um, But you can either buy the SIM card as you pass through customs on the airport. That's for something like, and I'm talking about a few years ago now. So sorry, don't shoot me here. It was $25 when we arrived. The SIM cards are much cheaper, but the $25 gave you some airtime, and so yeah. Then the big thing is, open your bank account in South Africa. Put your money in here. You cannot use anything. So you got to go into the bank as soon as possible.
Make an appointment.
Make an appointment. Basically, just walk in there as soon as possible. Explain to them, sit down. You're just fresh off the boat. You need to have access to your money. They gave us a temporary card, and about a week later, we got our new card. For those still in South Africa, the bank cards in New Zealand is sent by post, and that happens at I think it's 4 days, and you've got your card in post. So make sure about the address that you have, and that you're going to be there longer than 1 or 2 days. So just make sure
Yeah.
about that.
We just gave an address for someone that we got to know through Facebook. We just gave up the address so
Yeah.
that at least we can receive post.
And as soon as we had our
You
first
just change
permanent
that.
address, which was 46 days plus 9, 53 days down the line,
You just
no,
change it.
yeah, you just change it.
Yeah.
Presumably, if anybody's quick there, you found out that I couldn't do maths as well.
Whatever.
Then the next big step, and this is a bit of a headache for everybody, is getting a rental.
Yeah.
So I think it's time that we get a rental agent on our program in the morning. I've got one or two in mind, and I think we should talk to them.
It's not easy to find to secure a rental.
To get one from South Africa is basically
You actually can't do
non-existent.
it. I know some people has
Yeah,
managed
but
to do
that's
it.
one or two out of
Mm.
everybody that came around here. So
And the thing is, when you go have a look, when you view the rental, there'll be probably between
15.
five and no man,
no,
five and whoever.
I spoke to Phil
Couples.
yesterday, and they went to a rental now, and there were 30 other people.
Have they secured one?
No,
They have to be out there by the end of the month.
I just don't know exactly when they
Yeah.
will be out, but
So yeah, it's not easy. So yeah, that is the next step.
that's basically one of the biggest steps because you've got to live somewhere.
Mm.
And if you just came from South Africa, what we did, I don't know if it's still able to do that, but we went on Airbnb and we decided which type of house we needed for the whole period of time. We had a period of 46 days in mind because our container was also arriving in New Zealand. And we just contacted the owner. If you can contact the owner and say, can we get special rates? And what she did is she gave us 50% discount for the period of time. And that worked out very much the same. I did the sums a bit later
As
because
a rental would have.
very much the same as a rental with power and internet would have worked us out. Very, very much the same. We didn't overpay really. So currently you can't. I'm just talking to Tauranga, so sorry, Auckland guys, don't shoot me this morning. You can't get a rental in Tauranga for under 650 about. It's just
unless you're very lucky.
unless you're very lucky or willing to take a very old house. So that's just one of those things. So what else about rentals? Now the next thing about rentals as well is you guys got to have start either you need to bring your own furniture that's stuck somewhere because of the current COVID situation. It's not good. Furniture gets stuck. The ports aren't operating the way they should be. So you need some furniture as well. Furniture shopping can be, I would say, bad for your health and bad for your pocket as well.
Yeah, what I've seen in the last couple of weeks again is people say we knew we're waiting for a rental or whatever, and this is what we need.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of South Africans that just okay,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got a couch
Oh,
for you, I've got a bed for you, I've got whatever. So
Mm.
you can ask on the pages. Or otherwise, just go to the
Mm.
op shops and just buy yourself something. You can always just sell it again or
Yeah.
give
And,
it pay it
and
forward.
another thing as well, on Facebook Marketplace,
Mm.
just don't pay money over and wait for the thing to arrive. Buy in the area around you and go and pick it up. There is still one or two people that is running scams on Facebook. So sorry about that. You don't want to be caught up with this African rands and the New Zealand dollar scam. It's going to cost you
Yeah.
a lot of money. To those who's buying new furniture, just keep in mind when you walk into the shop and you see this beautiful little table there, you probably have to assemble it yourself. That's hectic. When you order the table, it's fine, and they bring you out this little box. There you go. There's no
Flat back. Everything
flat
is
pack.
flat back. Yeah.
I know
Wow.
it's not the quality of furniture that you're used to in South Africa. That's more solid wood. So
There's someone that's
I just want to pop this one or two questions that we're getting here. So no. This one's saying, have a CV ready for your rental application. That is so. You must have references from previous landlords or even the agent who sold your house in SA. Always say near the top of your CV that you are South African. They like us. That's a fact. Sadly enough, one or two South Africans have dropped us in the past, but on average, the South Africans looks better after rental houses than anybody else. I think it's just the fact that they have had their own houses.
Yeah, I
We
don't
know the
know.
value of a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more the thing. We know the value of the house, and we in this country we can't really cause a heck of a lot of problems because we can be thrown out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, for some reason they prefer South Africans in
Mm.
the rentals. But yeah, as you said, um, we've had some. I can tell them. Someone asked us to. They were still in South Africa and they wanted us to go and have a look at the house, or they were somewhere else in New Zealand,
Yeah.
and they were coming to Tauranga. And we had a very good relationship with the rental agent. So we went and had a look at the house, and yeah, it was a really nice house for them. And she actually gave it to them. And a few months later, she phoned us, the rental agent, and she said that those people really that
the
was
house was presumably a mess.
untidy, and
So
yeah.
yeah,
So we decided we're not going to do that again. Yeah.
but well, we probably lost a bit of face at the rental agent there. So
Yeah, so that yeah,
there's another
we're not
nice
going
one
to do
coming
that
up.
again.
Our container is still in South Africa. We have borrowed everything we need. The interesting thing is, and you may think you need a lot, but once you are here, you'll find out how little you really
Yes.
need. Yeah.
Yes.
So some nights I need to go out to clients, and some of them have already phoned me and said, "Oh yeah, just bring a chair with." And I say, "Should I even bring my own mug?" And some of them would say, "Oh yeah, we don't have enough mugs. I'll just bring my own mug." It's nothing
Then
weird.
they watch TV on the laptops.
Watch TV
Put
on
it
the
there on the
laptops
floor, and everyone is
on a
the.
cardboard box.
It is just amazing what you can do with.
Yeah.
You must just not let it get to you. It's part of
Yeah.
the adventure.
And I know some people who've moved into houses. They went to Kmart. The cheapest blow up mattress you can get is $10.
Yes.
They've got $10 mattresses until their container arrives one day. They haven't overspent. They actually live within a very small budget, and it wasn't poor people. It was just
No.
people that was wise around these
The
things.
thing is, you know that your furniture are coming.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend
You
a
don't need
lot
to
of
buy
money on
brand new
stuff.
beds
Yeah.
now because that is expensive. Wow, beds are expensive in this country. Here's something else that's nothing to do with the program, but absolutely love your videos. Send them more informative and helpful. God bless you both. Thank you very much. So, yeah, the other thing about furniture is also remember you're either going to pay a heck of a lot of money to get the furniture to your house delivered, because that's normally a total different company. I know in South Africa you always had what they call the Louis Bakkie, that little youth that went around from the store and just dropped the stuff off, and it was in town. There was no charge. Yeah, they can even charge you $85
Yeah,
about
they
outsource the delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's work for somebody else, but you've got to keep that in mind on your budget. If you're going to pay $85 for everything to have that delivered, it can add up quickly to a lot. So
Yeah.
also keep that in mind when you buy your vehicle, that you perhaps buy something bigger. I'm not saying buy a ute just to get your furniture to your house, but buy something bigger that you can chuck the
A lot
stuff
of
in the
the
back.
place, and not most of them, but a lot of them has got trailers that you don't, you can take it. They give it to you
Yeah.
for an
Oh,
hour
that's the
or
places
so.
like Bunnings and so, but not the furniture places. So.
Oh,
No,
warehouse also has that.
that's where it's got that. Okay. Oh, probably at the back. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
But I mean, everywhere else that we wanted to have something delivered.
Yeah,
So.
you must either get it yourself or pay.
But nobody thinks weird of you if you take. Yeah, she bought a massive chest cupboard. It's a cupboard, massive thing. And she showed me a picture. I said, "No, it's fine. We can pick it up." So I took the Prada there, and I came there, and I thought, "Geez, this is not going to fit." So the lady of the shop pushed the thing out, brought it to me, and we tipped it in the back of the Prado. I just tied the door closed. Couldn't even close the door. I just drove like that home. So yeah.
Benita's saying you can hire trailers at the gas station.
Yeah, you
That's
can. That's
true.
about for $50. So if you got all your stuff lined up, you can just grab and go.
Yeah.
So you see, the flat pack stuff. I don't know who manufactures the stuff, but the few things we have assembled had screws and holes which didn't line up. So like I fully agree. I'm normally left over with a handful of stuff, and the thing is working. So
I don't get it. These days, I ask before I buy something. I say, does it come assembled, or do I have to assemble it myself? Because I know you can pay a little extra, not a lot, and then they assemble it for you. But I think that the things that you have to assemble, they don't last that long.
There's actually a company in New Zealand.
Yes.
Okay, and you book online.
Yes.
Or if you go to the shop and you buy the flat pack, they book them online. Because something like $75 or so, they come to your house, quickly assemble the thing, depending on how big it is. Like garden sheds, they do for about $300 or $500.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Our one friend, son had a business like that. I don't know if he's got it anymore, but yeah. So somebody else is saying, I've been in New Zealand for 3 years and still loves watching your live chats. I love you both.
Love you too. I don't know who you are.
You love there, man? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody's saying that the company is assembled for you.
Yes, I know. I've seen now that you can. I think it was at the stationery warehouse. It says there if you need it assembled, please ask.
So,
yeah. Stop saying that.
So everybody, if you coughs near me, I'm wondering. So. Yeah, we got another 10 minutes. Let's see. After you've activated your bank, because you need to go in, we actually went off the topic now.
Yes, I know.
Okay. You got to activate your bank. Go into the bank, ask them nicely. They will help you. Then it's a rental. And the next thing you should do, probably, do that as quickly as possible. Is getting your driver's license for New Zealand. Just take your old South African driver's license, walk into AA, and they will, I think it's $8 or something.
Yeah,
give you a temporary one, and then they send the other one once again by post to you within about a week.
It is very quick.
Very quick.
Very quick.
I actually timed us because I took Mariska and my son Zan all at the same time. We three did it at the same time at AA. We were under 15 minutes in and out. I still couldn't believe it. And I thought, geez, in South Africa, I would have just moved 2 steps ahead in the queue.
No, it happens very quickly.
Yeah, it happens very quickly. And the other thing about that is just keep in mind, even if your driver's license has expired, you have another, basically a year on expired license that you can before you need to redo the whole test. And also the rule is actually to not be driving longer than a year in New Zealand on your South African license. So just get it done. It's not that difficult.
Then I think a big thing, not for us because it's not on our,
Mm.
we don't need it, but I suppose that if you've got children, a very big decision is deciding on a school
Yeah.
and where you, and that will also have um, an impact on where
Yeah,
you live.
and guys, ask people in on Facebook that's got kids in those schools.
Yeah.
People will tell you easily if it's a good school or a
Yeah.
bad school.
Because you also have to live in the area, you have
Yeah,
to be zoned for that school.
that's right.
So it will depend where you live, where your children will
Perhaps,
go.
perhaps find that out before you go for your rental.
That's the
Mm.
thing. Yeah, decide where you want to put your children in.
Brent and his brothers spent 3 hours this week building one tall boy.
Oh my
Yep.
word. Was there any swearing involved?
Lots of swearing and lots of extra parts at the end of the day. All right, quick one. Any advice on bringing excess luggage on the flight, not bringing over a container, and best airline? Um,
I don't know.
I want to say something about best airline. I'm not going to compare airlines this morning, but for me, I feel the faster I can get here, the better for me.
Yeah, but if you've got access luggage, I know
No,
some
no, I'm just
allow
talking.
you
I'm just
to.
talking about airlines now. Access luggage, and I mean, it's probably when you go over the 30 kgs that you can bring.
Maybe maybe Maritza van die Kerk can help you with
Yeah,
that.
check. They can probably book something like that. But I know there's on the airport you can book a. It's like a little I think it's like 10 kgs or something. Some of the
Yeah.
guys that you book this and then that
Yeah.
little it's like a box
Yeah.
goes into
But
the hole.
what I mean is Maritza will know which airlines allows you more luggage.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
easy. That's
Yeah.
easy.
So maybe get
So
a hold of
that's
her.
why I'm saying I'm not trying to compare airlines. For me, it's just the quickest airline to
Yeah.
here would be the best for me. So
Okay, then another thing that you have to do in New Zealand is you can't just go to a doctor. You have to be registered at the practice. So make an appointment wherever you live, closest doctor, or wherever you want to go to a doctor. Make an appointment for your registration appointment.
the
So
thing is, you got to get it done.
yeah, the nurse will just see you and do some tests and whatever and measurements and what and register you. And then I think that is I can't remember what it cost, $80.
Something like that,
Yeah.
$75.
And then the next time you want to go to the doctor, you can just make an appointment and go. But you can't just make an appointment with the doctor. You have to register first.
And guys, go to the practice way before you sick. I promise you, go and make sure they have place for you. Some of these practices are fully booked or fully. They only take a limited amount of people, so you can't go there at all if it's fully booked.
Yeah, then
And you
you'll
just
go
have to book to a different one now.
yeah, or just go to an emergency.
Yeah, if you've got a
practice.
problem, go to
Yeah.
emergency practice or pop into the hospital or something.
That one, Cherie. It depends on where you are going. In
Let's read the
Zealand.
question first. How is the weather that side? Do we need to get winter clothes this side or rather that side?
Where are you going to live? That's
The big thing is where you're going to live. This is a massive island. If you compare both the islands to South Africa, you're talking the way driving from Cape Town all the way to Palapurva. That's how long these islands are. And I promise you, the North Island and the South Island, the difference in temperature and the difference in weather is big. So
Yeah.
let's talk North Island weather, where we are. Tauranga. Tauranga is very much the same as Cape Town. Winter rain. It does rain less for me. That's my personal opinion. I'm not talking amounts. It does rain less for me. In Cape Town, we had sometimes 7 days at a time going with rain. And it basically doesn't get that hot as Cape Town, because Cape Town could get very hot.
So they're going to
Auckland.
The North Island, the winters are like, as you said,
It's
it's like Cape
winter
Town.
rainfall.
You don't need to bring extra winter
Yeah,
clothes.
don't buy.
We bought some of those because we thought New Zealand, it's raining all the time, it's really cold, it's snowing. I don't know what we
Yeah.
thought, but anyway, so we bought those really thick jackets from a I don't even know
That's
those
lying somewhere.
Swiss stuff that you get in South Africa.
And we gave it to the op shop at the end of the
Yes,
day.
I know we brought that. Never ever needed to wear it.
Yep. So
But I know if you go to the South Island, you will need
Yeah.
it. You'll need all the
South Island is very much colder. Way
beanies
colder.
and scarves
Can
and
think of.
whatever so but in the North Island is not you don't need to bring the extra hot clothes.
Quickly about Auckland weather. Auckland weather is very much like this. If you don't like the weather in New Zealand, just wait 10 minutes. Auckland weather it's always changing. You can have four seasons in one day. You can have from a windstorm to extremely quiet. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But the
Auckland's
weather
got
is
weird
not bad.
weather actually.
It has. When
Yeah.
we moved here, we were in Auckland for 9 days because he
Mm.
had to go for a course before we came to Tauranga. And I said to him, I will have to cut my hair short because it was so humid. My hair
Mm.
doesn't like humidity. It mints. My hair mints.
Armens. Kyk nou kom die Kaap uit.
But in Tauranga, it's not like that. You get your humid days, but it's not hardly as humid as
Yeah.
Auckland is.
We actually were in Auckland and they had a cyclone warning. It's on the newspapers and on Facebook and everything else. And I thought, geez, I want to see a cyclone. So I set my watch for what it was 3 o'clock in the morning that the cyclone was going to rip through Auckland, and I woke up because I wanted to see a cyclone. I've never seen this. I mean, I'm one of those freaky people. And I went outside. It was the most quiet morning I've ever seen, ever. There was not even a wind blowing. So I don't know where that cyclone disappeared to, but yeah, that's the weather in New Zealand.
Yeah, but it
So
can get really windy.
yeah,
Where we live, we get a lot of wind,
yeah.
so the
Or,
furniture
or
will
what
blow
you
around a
or
little
what you
bit.
make of it.
Yeah,
We actually lost a garden or garden chair
cushion.
cushion. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
it
where it
took
was.
off.
Probably at the neighbors or something.
Just
I
took off.
don't know.
It's gone.
Yeah,
Disappeared. A third dimension. It must be 5G.
you did
Must be
yesterday.
5G. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we didn't even get to the shopping now, but
Well, as soon as you arrive here, probably a good thing to get all the shops done and just go shopping.
we had a budget for our first trolley of groceries.
Let's put the budget out there. And that was in 2018, and we had a budget of 10,000 rand, which is about $1,000.
Yeah,
That's done.
we didn't use nearly all that.
No, because we just bought the first.
We thought when you have to buy all your spices
Yeah.
and because you have to stock up again now on
Mm.
your grocery cupboard. But in
Once
the
you've got
end,
nothing when you arrive, you don't have spices, not even
yeah, you don't
salt
have
or nothing.
anything,
Yeah.
anything. So what happened is we went to Pack and Save for our first, very excited first grocery
Yeah.
shopping whole list, and then we walked through the aisles, and I'll see something and just like, nope, not buying that. Walk on, nope, not buying that. In the end, I said to him, I don't have anything in my trolley. So we had to go back, and then I just had to make a swip in my head. Like, you have to pay this because you need it.
And then suddenly out of nowhere appeared a guy speaking Afrikaans called Dirk. You remember Dirk?
Yes, I was looking for tomato sauce, I think.
Dirk said, no, you must buy this, but he actually spoke Afrikaans.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
buy this and this and this. He just took her shopping and she just went around and got everything that he knew of. So yeah, Dirk was our saving grace. First South African guy we met up in
It is so
Tauranga.
nice.
Yeah.
It's still so nice for me if you walk somewhere and you hear Afrikaans. It's really nice. I love it.
And especially when you see you can hear new people on the island when they go shopping. The wife would put something in the husband will take it out and put it and say, I'm paying this, I'm paying this.
Or you'll walk past someone. I walked past a couple the other day, older couple, but they also knew. Okay, older, probably 5 years older than me, but anyway. And they were looking at the flower, and she was like, "Yes, but which one is it now?" And I said, "Wat wil jy met dit doen?" "Oh, jy wil dit kookbook." Okay, yeah.
They've got to show them the
Show
right
them
one.
the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you took a while to start chatting, but now it's time to say goodbye to the people.
That's okay. Lots to do.
Yeah. Guys and girls, thanks again. Love you and leave you tonight. We're going to a Matariki festival in Rotorua. We've been invited there. What's going to happen there, I don't know. So we'll see.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. I think we're going to dress up warmly and enjoy the day. All right. Thanks, everybody. We see you next week. Oh, except the guys we see the weekend with the ARB Expedition out to Rua Day down in Auckland. The rest of you will see next week, same time, same place. And stay well.
Bye.
Bye.